He wants to pretend that, oh, he cares about women and he cares about misogyny. And I'm just like, this is the same guy who stumbles into Discord drunk and tries to show you nudes of women that nobody asked for.
Ugh. Brother, ugh. What's that? What's that, brother?
Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. So I wanted to come on here because, like I told you guys, I was going to cover everything regarding mavattack and the Cory drama, and it looks like once again we have another update. And today it's purely about mavattack, as an anonymous source has reached out to me on my Instagram, and they thought it would be a great idea for me to cover this video. Now before we get started, if you guys want to hear my raw and unfiltered take about this topic or about other topics that I happen to cover, I've decided to start a podcast-like channel called The Unfiltered Rejects, where me and one of my female friends are reacting to content. And so far we have 3 videos up over on that channel that I think that if you enjoy my normal videos over here on this channel, I think you're going to really enjoy the ones over there, because those are unfiltered, more raw, and also you get to hear another person besides just me adding to whatever we're talking about, regardless of whether or not it's us going over a video with a Karen being arrested by the police, or if it's us reacting to mavattack was a horrible friend. So yeah, make sure you go check that out. I'm going to leave a link in the comment section down below. And without further ado, let's get into this video. So a creator who goes by the name of Mr. Moshi put out a video around a few weeks ago when the CoryxKenshin and mavattack drama was like in full swing. And like I said before, this video is called Mavattack Was a Horrible Friend. And oh boy, is it a video, because I've already reacted to it on the second channel, the one that's linked down in the comment section down below. So I know that this is going to be a fun video. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Hey, what's good, everybody? My name is Mr. Moshi. Me and mavattack were friends for a good 4 to 5 years. We made content together, and we just in general came up in the YouTube space together. And really, I wasn't planning on making this video, you know what I'm saying? Because I was planning to be Tarzan and just let Clayton swing up them vines and whatever happens, happens. But at the same time, I'm like, some shit happened, and when am I ever going to get a chance to talk about it? You know what I mean? So I'm like, since he went and already opened the court of public opinion, I'm like, might as well add my little, you know what I'm saying, 2 cents. Because I saw the videos, I watched them, and this character he's trying to morph into and trying to portray himself as it makes me sick, considering it's like I know who this guy is. He wants to pretend that, oh, he cares about women and he cares about misogyny. And I'm just like, this is the same guy who stumbles into Discord drunk and tries to show you nudes of women that nobody asked for. And I'm pretty sure you didn't ask her to show me.
All right, whoa. This is already crazy. This is like the first 2 minutes of the video, and mavattack's supposed ex-friend is coming out saying that mavattack was doing some shit like, you know, he was drunk, he was hopping into the VC, sharing people's nudes without consent and all that to people who probably didn't ask for it. Like, also on top of that, it really doesn't surprise me that this Mr. Moshi guy is saying that, like, hey, mavattack is trying to make it seem like he cares about women and whatnot and the abuse thing and all that, when let's be real, I think anybody can see it from a mile away, along with mavattack trying to throw whatever he wants at the wall to see if it's gonna stick, to see if it's gonna tear Cory down in some sort of way, because, you know, Mav doesn't like Cory. Like, it's very obvious that he really does not care, and he really only cares about weaponizing things and using it against Cory to get like a 1-up or try to look morally superior and bring down Cory as if like he's a saint or something. Like, nobody ever was going to buy that mavattack actually cared about alleged abuse victims. Like, let's be real. Come on, let's not be stupid. Let's not stoop down to the mavattack level. But anyways, let's get back to the video.
And then there's this whole I've been abused and I'm a defender of people who were abused angle that he's using, stringing that panda chick along. I already said how I felt about her, and when the news dropped, I was sick to my stomach. And then, you know, say you do what you do in that situation, you believe the victim. But once you start leaving blank pages in your message for dramatic effect and bringing up his mom, I'm like, all right, yo, you could get out of here too.
Yeah, I agree with this too, because it's like, you would think that, hey, if like all this bad shit was going on, Cory actually abused some women or whatever, and there were victims, you would think that mavattack would not be sitting here making these like try not to laugh videos. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. Like, I'm just gonna play a segment from the Unfiltered Rejects video because I really think you guys should go check it out as more unfiltered thoughts from me. But this is me going to his channel, just showing you guys like all of the videos that have Cory in the title. And then you'll see like there are videos like, oh yeah, the try not to laugh, the CoryKenshin best moments, like the dark side of CoryKenshin fans, Cory and mavattack best moments. Number 2, by the way, number 2. And look at how many views he's pulling on this. He was pulling a lot more before when there was a whole bunch of drama going on. Same with me. I was pulling a lot more views when there was drama going on. But yeah, no, I mean, CoryKenshin, Cory what? I might have said something there. CoryKenshin, like, it's just all CoryKenshin, bro. It's very clear that he does not care. He does not want to be serious about the situation. And if it ever does turn out to be true that there are like abuse victims here, like, of course, Cory is going to be questioned, and, you know, he's going to get like backlash for that. That is if people, I mean, don't look at mavattack as like a case of like the boy who cried wolf, right? But no, I mean, even regardless, even if there is backlash, it's not only going to be towards Cory. Like, as much as we want backlash towards Cory if he actually did some bad shit, I also want backlash towards mavattack because he is no better in the situation. He is proving it right here, right now.
But it was just so funny to me seeing this dude take the stance of defending mental abuse victims, and then the whole womanizing angle he was taking, like, oh, like, you found him in bed with different girls. I'm like, bro, tell the people how you met your wife. This was back before they got married, before she was even his girlfriend. This dude Mav was juggling, he flirted, seduced, and was juggling a married woman with his I guess his girl or his wife, who wasn't his wife at the time. And then when he caught, instead of taking responsibility and being like, hey, I'm a piece of shit, he banded together with his now wife to form the Legion of Doom and cyberbully this woman to the point of physical sickness.
Yeah, if what Mr. Moshi is saying here is actually true about them going on like harassment campaigns and harassing people and not taking accountability, I mean, besides the not taking accountability, if he's going around with his wife harassing people, like, if there's somebody who's watching this video right now, like, in the off chance that there's somebody who is being harassed or has been harassed by mavattack and his wife, or even pandaninja, like, you should really reach out to me on Instagram. I got like open DMs if you follow me over there, or you can send an email to the business email that I have linked on my channel. I think it's also in the description. Like, if that is the case, because I mean, I haven't seen proof of it yet. If that is the case and somebody has proof, please come to me. I will air it out. I will air his business out. Like, I don't care. I really don't. If this is happening, I feel like he needs to be exposed for it. I really do.
He knows who I'm talking about. I'm not gonna bring up her name because she's off somewhere doing her own thing, being successful, and she probably wants no parts of this. But I tell you that to show you how him and his wife get down. They're no stranger to perpetuating that same mental abuse that they talking about. So, you know what I mean? Come on down from that high horse, sir. And then he wants to go on a rant about all this mental abuse he suffered from Cory. I'm like, bro, they just asked you where he was. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, Mav is like a hamster. He's easily stressed, but he's also very easily excited. So I was there when he was complaining about Cory's community, but I was also there when you were happy about all the views you were getting from Cory off of the videos. I was there when you were happy that you could go get a press badge for free because your sub count went up, and I was there when you got your plaque.
Yeah, let's be real. Let's not sit here and act like Mav is not being like this behind the scenes. He most likely is. I think anybody would be like this behind the scenes if they're pulling views like that, like bragging about it. Oh, look at me, I had a blow up video, whatever. Let alone somebody like mavattack. Like, typically I wouldn't sit there and like excessively like brag or even talk about like my videos doing good. Like, maybe I'll mention something. Hey, the last video did really good, or I talked about this guy and I got got a lot of views. Like, maybe I'm gonna say it like that, but I'm not gonna like brag about it. Like, I think that's crazy, and it's kind of shitting on whoever you're like bragging to. But yeah, I mean, let's be real. Off of the behavior that we've seen from mavattack, would not surprise me if Mav's just sitting here behind the scenes. Look at me pulling all these views talking about Cory and using my ex-friend Cory, you know, to make a shit ton of money. Look at me, I'm so cool, as I'm making myself look like a clown.
And I think that highlights who Mav is as a person. Like, he doesn't have anything good to say about you unless he's receiving something from you. I'm not gonna lie, I'm thinking back to how he spoke on Cory, and besides complaining about his community, I never heard him say anything really good. Like, not even like, oh, me and Cory ran through so game and we was killing it. Like, none of that. It was just, man, why his people keep bothering me and da da da. And to that I have to say, I'll be honest, he's right. They shouldn't have harassed him.
Okay, to say that that's even harassment is a little overboard in my opinion, but that's just my opinion. I feel like I've said this multiple times and constantly throughout this whole drama, and even back in 2023, like, there are ways that you can go in studio and you can like block keywords. Like, you can put like Cory or CoryxKenshin or CoryxKenshin. Like, you can add those terms in YouTube Studio and they will be held and they will be thrown in a different place on your studio where you won't see them unless you're like specifically looking for the held comments, meaning all those comments with people leaving comments about Cory, they're never going to show up. And I don't see why Mav couldn't have done that. Like, I have a feeling that he knew that he could do that. You know, there were like the keyword blockers, but he just wanted to use it as a point against Cory and try to make it Cory's problem when it wasn't Cory's problem. Like, Cory has said this himself. I've said this. Cory ain't going to come out every 2 seconds when one little thing happens or another little thing happens and get his community and literally every single one of his fans on a leash. Like, he's not going to come out and do that. He can't. I mean, he just has so big of an audience. Like, even if I were to do something like that and like tell people, hey, stop doing this or that, like, I'm not going to say I have the biggest audience ever, because I really don't. But there are things I don't know about until like people come and tell me about them. And even then, it's like you're overwhelmed with so many things to the point where it's like, man, I'm not even going to like make an effort to respond to anything or to tell people to not do this or do that, right? And just imagine, like, it's probably 100 or 1,000 times harder for Cory with his huge audience. He's practically famous.
But I'm just like, they're not harassing you now, so what are we doing right now? What's the play? And then when I did get the news that he was actually bad-mouthing Cory, I'm not gonna lie, I would have said you were lying until I experienced mavattack's backstabby, shit talk you behind your back nature my damn self. So I'm gonna go on a little bit of like a side tangent, only because I think this will explain who Mav is, like his characteristics, and give you a little bit of context on what I'm talking about. So really quickly, I'm gonna bring up my ex-friend D's Nut Steph, and I promise you it will loop around back to Mav. You'll say I'm not just going off on a side tangent for no reason. So a quick little backstory, and this is why I don't talk to Steph today. In 2020, he asked me to be his editor. Gave him my price for, you know, being a full-time editor. It was $2,400. He couldn't pay it. So what did he do? He offered me equity. So I would get a percentage of the channel, the Patreon, any ads or sponsors we did, I would get a percentage. And I came on the channel as a partner. I viewed it as an investment because I'm like, okay, I'm investing in myself, I'm investing my time, and I'm also investing in my friend. Fast forward, because I trusted the word of my friend very naively, Steph wakes up one day and says, you know, that equity I promised you, actually, never mind.
I mean, guys, can we say we're surprised here? Because I know I can't. Like, I talked about this in the Unfiltered Rejects video. It's like, man, if you look at mavattack's channel, what equity? What equity? He's barely pulling any views. Like, you'll look at his videos and it will be like, oh, 2,000, 5,000, the occasional 10,000 views, right? Maybe he'll have one lucky video that's like 60,000 views, right? But most of them are just like 1 or 2K. And if you know anything about YouTube and, you know, making money off the ads, you would know that, like, if you're gonna have a video like mine the other day on Jack Doherty, like, I don't even care to show the analytics, just put them up on the screen. Like, you ain't making shit from like 1,000 to 2,000 views. So that's why I asked, what equity? And honestly, I'm not gonna like sit here and shame this guy for, you know, doing work for mavattack for like a percentage of the channel or whatever, and then mavattack takes back his word. You know, he should have got it in writing so that he could have done something about it instead of being taken advantage. But let's be real, this is mavattack's fault, and mavattack is the only one who should be blamed.
And because I didn't get it in writing, he had me dead to rights. I was like, am I being robbed? Because at that moment in time, I already did the work. And it still makes me laugh because to this day, he didn't understand why I would be upset that he had me do all that work under the pretense of equity. And then he pops up and says, hey, no matter what we make, you'll be making $1,200 a month. So obviously I said no. I handed in my last video and I was like, you know what I'm saying, I was done with it. I cleaned my hands of it. So I'm expecting, like, you know what I'm saying, a little time to pass before he finds like a new editor. I'm like, who would agree to that price? It continues like clockwork. And lo and behold, who is behind the helm now? Mavattack. Now I bring this up because I'm like, yo, this jealousy shit that he has with Cory is not specific with Cory. He has it with his other friends. Before I continue, I want to add this detail. At this point, I have not talked to Mav in a year or some change, almost coming up on like a year and a half. And last time I talked to him, we didn't have an argument, a falling out, nothing. Everything was Gucci. The last time I saw him, we were good. So the timing was suspicious, and I didn't want to believe that like he was plotting. I didn't want to believe it was something malicious, but was cemented that, okay, this was something intentional and something very malicious was the smear campaign that ensued afterwards. So I'm gonna keep it real with you. I wasn't even mad that he took the job because I'm like, I washed my hands. I was done with it. I'm not about to work for free. But at the same time, it's like that wasn't enough for him. He not only wanted my job, but he wanted to rip my foundation from under me. And again, out of nowhere, because I'm like, bro, me and you didn't have no beef. Me and Steph might be having a disagreement, but me and you didn't have any beef. But still, that didn't stop him or Steph's head mod at the time, Otia, from going on a smear campaign, telling everybody that, A, I stole from him, which anybody who does content creation and you get paid through PayPal knows it's like, unless I have information to that PayPal, I cannot steal from him. I have to get paid by him.
Now, again, I just want to say this is all of what Mr. Moshi has to say. Like, this is hearsay. But let's be real, I highly doubt that mavattack is going to respond to him. So I highly doubt we're going to get his side of the story. Like, yeah, if it is true that mavattack is going around lying about this guy, telling everybody that this guy is bad news and whatnot, just based off of what he said, and Mav misrepresented what actually happened, yeah, that's pretty awful. And I mean, honestly, are we surprised? Once again, I would like to say probably not. Like, yeah, I've had to deal with similar situations in the past. I mean, content creation is just like it's a crazy place. It really is, because there will be a lot of people who will try to use you and whatnot and then backstab you, and there will be people who lie about you, make false allegations, stuff like that. Like, it's such a crazy place to be. It definitely is not for the weak. And in this case, it's probably better just for you to isolate yourself and, you know, keep a few good friends that you have who will not backstab you or turn on you in a split second because they're told, oh, hey, he potentially did this without any proof or anything, or even hearing his side.
And then just in general, telling people not to mess with me. No explanation. Yeah, I can't lie to y'all. It got bad. It got to the point where it's like mutuals that we both knew started treating me differently. You know what I'm saying? I would start getting random passive aggression from people I hadn't even gotten the chance to meet yet. And I'm like, yeah, man, it got bad. To the point where I had to isolate myself, you know what I'm saying? Like Avatar Aang, I had to just go into that, you know what I'm saying, that ice. And then for 2 years, I stopped talking to everybody, man, because I didn't know who believed the lie, who was harboring, like, you know what I'm saying, some unjustified resentment that I couldn't see. It got to the point where I cut myself off from everybody, including people that I trusted. So, because during that time, and this is why, you know what I'm saying, some of you guys might be asking, oh, why did you say anything at the time? During that time, people came up to me like, oh, is this true? And I explained the entire situation to them, and they didn't give a fuck. So it got to the point where I'm like, yeah, I could open this in the court of public opinion, but what would I really be fighting for? Like, people who clearly don't mess with me for me, who just wanted to get close to me because they thought they could get close to Steph or get close to Mav. Like, Mav said that, he stopped being friends with Cory, but it's like, no, Cory stopped responding to you. He stopped being friends with you because you're a bad friend and you treat your friends poorly when they're not looking. And because you can't mutually and consensually have a collaboration with Cory, you're going about this nasty and negative way in order to force that interaction with his community. Why? My guess is because his girl does OF, and with her just having a baby, she's out of commission. So he's like, baby, even if I look crazy, I'm gonna get this bread. That's my guess. I can't really, you know what I'm saying, explain to you his thought process.
Yeah, once again, it really would not surprise me if what he is saying is 100% correct. And again, it is real funny that Mav is coming out and saying this and that, while supposedly Mr. Moshi is like dealing with all this. I mean, let's be real, you kind of did just explain his thought process, or at least what I would think would be his thought process, because I mean, if you guys don't know anything about mavattack and his wife, mavattack essentially just left everything that he had here and went to Canada. This is what I've been told, by the way, from somebody. And since he's living there and he most likely does not have citizenship, he cannot find a normal job. Therefore, he has to go online onto YouTube and try to make some money somehow. And I think he saw this opportunity and decided to pounce on it. And it's pretty fucking sad, claiming that there are abuse victims and then he's gonna act this way and, you know, use this whole thing for clout and money. It's disgusting, it really is. And I'm happy only a select few people, probably like 5 people, genuinely actually like this guy. Now, anyways, I think that's going to be it for Moshi's video. He did say at the end of the video he's probably not going to talk about this again unless like mavattack says something egregious and he has to respond. And I highly doubt that's going to happen. Mavattack really is not going to pay anybody who is smaller than him any attention. And he's probably just going to continue rage baiting Cory's audience. I mean, as you guys see right here, 2 days ago, the dark side of CoryxKenshin fans, it looks like we have another video to go over and to cover and to clown mavattack for. So yeah, I think that's probably going to be tomorrow's video if I go and make this video right after this video tonight, because I am not unemployed and I unfortunately have to work tomorrow. So probably we'll have to finish this video and then get this one up tonight, and then maybe I'll finish this next video and upload it tomorrow, but no promises. If not, we'll talk about this on the weekend along with my big video that I am going to be making. So yeah, if you happen to enjoy the video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, because doing so will help promote the video more in the algorithm so that more people will see it, and I really do appreciate it. So happy spooky month, everybody, and I will see you in the next video.
Peace.